ekwan eso enwekwe ekra emu yede nsam no eba channel 360 DSTV hwensam no na etie bi ewo ho de oba beti no ebi enie African health manufacturers wom ehiem ewo nkran wom to adwen se anye bia ye ne ye hoen na enu ahoro a ye beye no yetumi nya efi abibimem esense ye bekra efi amanhodo eso Bank of Ghana ede se de atusika krabia horo ni nyina nim se adwobreo wom ensi ho mo de tutu bosia so ma omanfo wom mrafom na obia entumi nya bosia enye najuma Bibi man panyimfo enso asan kasa ebiodia na tese wo mo eto adwen ahwe ahoboa sonko a betumi de gu akwan so ama pan African nhyemudi a etoso enum ene eho ahoboa yeko ensemfoforo mu nso a na tese yeko apa East Mantam no emom na ma de boy fi o eto dwa echese omanfo bi ye petrol hu edwadie enam emra kwan so wa hyese mpanyimfo emrem na emra entiminye adwuma ensem no bebre eka we me de be mawo e wokase emo obanhima afia kire mememu nyina akwaba yentie ensem no enhyemmwe Federation of African Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association Woman Visual Health Dynamics akabum ebie nanu enhyemudie bi ano ewo enkran na ne nyina efa eye ekwampa mpanyifo betumi atoato adwen aboama abibi mayankasa yetumi enya enurodi ho atoso esense ebre bia de yepe bia yebekọ ahoho ana amonone enchen
Close gaps and accelerate investment in critical health manufacturing capacity. Ladies and gentlemen, collaboration is the foundation of our collective progress. To collaborate a regulator in Kenya, an investor in South Africa, and a manufacturer in Ghana act as one strategic ecosystem. To compete is to raise our standards. That builds world-class facilities, enforce quality, and ensure that Africa made medicines and health products are globally trusted. This conference, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, through its exhibition, investment, dialogue, and factory visit, is not just a platform for discussion, but also a golden opportunity to forge an actionable roadmap. The partnership that emerged here can redefine Africa's health manufacturing future and ensure that our continent becomes the net producer rather than a perpetual consumer. The task before us is monumental, but it is achievable. Let us together make the 30% figure a relic of the past and commit to a future where Africa manufactures the medicine it needs, sustain the jobs it creates, and secures the health of its people with pride and independence.
Africa CDC, the Autonomous Health Institution of the African Union, has been at the forefront in coordinating the African manufacturing of health products since 2021. The African Union also mandated Africa CDC, one, to coordinate and lead the continental agenda of manufacturing of pharmaceuticals, diagnostics, and medical devices, building on the earlier vaccine mandate. Second, to establish and manage the pool procurement mechanism to expand access and strengthen African manufacturing. We can ensure that Africa's manufacturing intelligence is a comprehensive, equitable, and sustainable, powering the continent's journey towards health, sovereignty, and industrial transformation.
Oswa for her mission nsem so no bo haru na idriso e de to dwase o de achita esonko Hebema School of Medical Sciences I work kwame nkomasua pom se de be ya wo mu teaching hospital no obetumi awie
Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology ewo Kumasi ewo Asante Mantem ha okopiem ewo suapon honoma School of Medical Science na chese entete bia eno hye suapon no mu omutete edisuafo omo be medical doctors no omo hye sa school yase ewo honom emfie eduonum ni 50 years chese eyade school na abon homodem pa na no ena omo bo odwa omo edi sa edai ena onumunyamfo Haruna Idrusu oye Minister for Education okopiem ode nsem we to odwa o kire se Kwame Nkrumah suapon no abon homodem pa enganka School of Medical Science and School of Medical Science edimfie eduonum na afi ewose omutiminya teaching hospital na oma preso na akasika kakra ama awie dia na ase afata se omode sa sikai 46 million Ghana cedis edema suapon na omo emfanwie ayarsabia na eno betima boa ama medical school na timagina ne nan so.
You paid a courtesy call on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I was in the meeting with the administrator of the GET Fund, and I'm happy to announce that under our research agenda, we are committing 46 million Ghana cedis for the completion of the teaching hospital. President Mahama have also requested me through the GET Fund to additionally commit $38 million for the equipping of the teaching hospital. And that will be part of the 2025 to 2026 formula of the GET Fund. I'm structuring the expenditure for UST because I have an onerous responsibility to be fair to other institutions of higher learning. Into our 2027 formula, we will do 2 of the multipurpose lecture theater for you at $10 million. Because President Mahama is committed to expanding access to higher education and committed to demystifying medical education.
Enwechi Vice Chancellor Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Professor Mrs. Rita Kosia Dixon ekasa na afi otumfo anam senior obepiem wo dwumedie na se otumfo my rehene bafo Dr. Ose Shiaman Brintu eso edibi eso.
For 50 years the school has remained steadfast in contributing her quota in attaining our university's mission of advancing knowledge in science and technology for sustainable development. Our vision of ensuring that KNUST continues to be a world-class, digitally driven and research-intensive university that provides solutions to Africa's developmental challenges has been achievable largely through the tremendous hard work of the entire KNUST team, including SMS.
Please, there should be something done about the enrollment. The number is still suicidal. 25, and I'm sure presently you are lucky to have other medical schools. But the rate that you are going and the things that you've seen, you are an international level medical school. And I think people would want to come to. So first and foremost, let us do something about the fee paying priority over those people with grades.
Governor Anna Amradra Oda Bank of Ghana Sikakrabia Batan Anom hey Dr. Johnson Esiama wodi atu Sikakrabia rewo mamu nyina nim se adwobre wo monto omoboase e ba se omanfo e bepe bosia e wo monchen a ensi mu omupagam hu hede to so no omontete so emra fom kra na emmoa ema ankrankre bodwabodwafo ni obi a opebosia e de aye adwuma ne nsa entumi enkemi.
Now, looking ahead, the bank will issue new exposure drafts in a number of areas such as liquidity risk management, interest rate risk in the banking book, stress testing, and also recovery planning. We'll be in touch with you on these shortly. These are part of a broader framework to align Ghana's banking supervision with international best practices. So, colleagues, as we celebrate these gains, let me stress that the task of consolidating stability is a shared one. sustaining a stable exchange rate, or deepening credit to productive sectors, and expanding exports. These require close collaboration between the Bank of Ghana and the banking industry. I want to encourage all banks to design and promote export-oriented financial products. I want to encourage them to support SMEs and agribusiness, and I want to encourage them to work with us to enhance FX sourcing through formal channels. And in the same spirit, I want to urge banks to adhere to domestic regulatory provisions. I want to emphasize that please adhere to our regulatory provisions. We also expect banks to take active steps toward public listing. And this is a new one that we are discussing. We had a good meeting with the Ghana Stock Exchange this morning. A couple of banks have given us positive signals about their readiness to start this process towards listing. This will enhance capital strength, this will enhance transparency, and this will promote long-term growth prospects. So in conclusion, colleagues, the return to single-digit inflation is here, and it marks a new chapter in our economic recovery. But it is not the end of the story at all. Our collective responsibility now is to sustain this discipline. We have to strengthen the financial system further, and we have to ensure that stability translates into jobs, translates into affordable credit, and translates into real growth for households and businesses. For us at the Bank of Ghana, we'll continue to work closely with all of you to achieve these goals through open dialogue, consistent regulation, and of course, a shared purpose.
Food and Agriculture Organization, as the United Nations, ase. Na womode World Food Day dwumadie eba wiase nyina eda yetusi wo edibo enuane ho dawuro no emfinhia eduotwe mu anie na enhihia mapa egu akwamu dwumadie hihye so emfinhia eduotwe efa no wode ebehye enti afi World Food Day 2025 wadanedi ewo enkran.
World Food Day is always a moment for reflection, commitment and action. But 2025 is uniquely special as it marks the 80th anniversary of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO. For 8 decades since its founding in 1945, FAO has dedicated itself to a singular vision, which is a world free from hunger, malnutrition, and poverty. Our FAO at 80 anniversary is as much a look back at history as it is a vital checkpoint on our journey to achieve agri-food systems transformation. It's a moment to renew our promise to transform agri-food systems for better production, better nutrition, a better environment, and a better life, leaving no one behind.
As we all know, the President launched the Feed Ghana program in April. And with the Feed Ghana program, we want everyone to be involved. And at this point, I would like to commend the FAO for really helping Ghana when it comes to agriculture. But what is most important is that we want to be able to do all year round farming. And with all year round farming, it includes irrigation. And with irrigation, we are entreating everyone to get involved in this Feed Ghana program. We are not looking at the quantum or the size of land that Ghana has. What we are looking at is efficiency. Because when you go to certain countries, they don't have half the land that we have, but they produce half of what we produce. And so it's about efficiency. And with efficiency, we want everyone to get involved, right from the farmers to the retailers, to the transporters, to the marketers, to the market queens, and to also those who add value. And so celebrating this World Food Day is important to us, and we hope and pray that in next year or next 2 years, we would have a lot of food in abundance, and also, in as much as we have a lot of food in abundance, we'll be able to process what we have left. On behalf of the ministry, we want to say we are fully committed to this, and we can't wait for the official day. Thank you so much, and I day for you.
Yet wakasi no eso yedemu eko East Legon ewo enkran yamane bofo prince akwa ebechire mu yenya ne ntie sa prosifo won aso nanis mienu emu omudwuma mu die nse omobo ahwe nkoda wo fie bi mo esusu so makomo mu nuro bia enka eni kwan so de ma enkoda ntafu ennom ama oma ada se nana bruso se denyo yeko ba me na mahai
oba pa mejo so
bibi aboko
nyame adom jiri so so hoye
nyankopon adom denesi
yema Ghana for akwa me piemu e wo United Television so na awero semo a udi kan e de ho amane e de bae no sa na ti o hanu si e be piemu o hanu me se wo East Legon Divisional Police Command na te de bi kan ka sa na awero semo no maba wa mienu a o musi mi nchen wa hanu me se ohu o mo ho fepa no mo si o mutira so wa ba ha ya pega ne so nyini on pega ne ti no bi ahwe ne no na abji o mo ya ne se obi ewo ne ma ye ka ne se we mu na hwe enkwala no na ne fu bi no mo hwe enkwala no na awrohosem net modern selma e wo sa asem we mu ne se omodi enuru a bibinti yentumi mbo se breeding for now ena ede odemo de fra duane ne nsuo ena ye de man kwala no ena enom na ibiso mo se botai be na etachiri nti na mo yesa yeri eba kwa ni bi se bi asabi o e bi na man kwala ne da no mo nya kwan akobo e bi ababa foforo bi e wa bonten ana se bi o mo bi foforo bi a o mo eye o hono mo but you bi so mo a ba ko na wo se ade ensa ka ne so on peja de ti no ono efija asekan ena de o shetuntum no yalabi na tene nchen no ono fi konongo na de ofija asekan no a sisi a wo ni o sha atantuma ta de ono no epitaba ono was 7 years ono so de na mo obi so bi nhwe ne ma no bi ni ebiza say o de sa nduru bi de suma se enfama ono ne ma na o se da ono ne ba ne de omo no me say nduru ni bi ankofo ma no ne sepata so say omo no say nduru na de de ama omo no na ye mo ko pie mo awasem dibia ama court e di kan remind you omo ntina say enne no airport police ni East Legon police omo kabo mo yes adwuma de we say no omo nyina no sanfofo e bi hie mu ha no mo te omo adi na wiase nyina ehu ni se ampa nipa bone fosamo a omo ada lati enne no wiase ne Ghana nyina enfo mo ni ehu omo nti omo hwese nyame ya admon the 20th of this month no omo san ko piem e wasem dibia na nie said the embrano ni bisi no mo akono na eno mo ache nti me no wo ka sei ene e wutie background wo say newsu no e hyen said ya be se no 1 week say bia e woni ba bia wu enye bibia na
ni no wo wadaroma enkoda no ho te sei
enkwala no de according to the ntia yenyan say enkwala 2 years omo no mo ti pempem ban omo shi akwala 2 years omo shi epanifo no so mo nufu this is the me say the ekeka kwere de say enkwala no said omo gusu omo bodamba no because obi akwala 2 years a omo nru bone ente say na emuchi so omo yemu nyama nyina pra no ajiegu unsa manfo di ntimi enka ne sa say but bi asay ne na aro ko semo a ewo ho no ntino sa na wunim omo ne mami a omo tra ne nchen ya meka so omo ye na obroni kan say nani ono nipa na tama be 9 months ni ntomo sa ti di sa nipa bone fu 7 months be 7 months because 2 months ne de na mami na kasa wo fi ntina so na mo nyanko fa ne ye kama na di ofija aseka kwa na serukwa na ebobo just mami na ye nkrata ne ade passport a opasa ko de sa baba we ekwa bruchi na okoka no ho e wo ho ono so de ba 7 years no o na je so fa na mra ne empe school East Legon ha ne emfa no antum nje se wo dwen papa de mani no adwen o dwen ne ye different kwa e de ma no eka nti awiro ho semo a e wo sa asem mu ani awie e de ya bipie mu ha no me se no eno no
wadoma what mini nani sifo mienu atwetwe nkoma ma ye se na botai ben na e show mutim dia no mo penkoda na yo mo dan.
That is a good question webisa say boni ankwala no kwala to 2 years ya ye omo no omo pe enenim adokodia ankwala no e de aye wo omo na ɛnenam di kan ɛka na ahyase no me kwa de me susu sɛ bi mpa na ɔmo man kwala ne da na ɔmo ade foforo bu abɔnten ɔmo kɔkɔyɛ bi ana sɛ bi o ɔmo so mo gyina abɔnten kɔbɔ abrabɔ foforo bi te sɛ bi a mitumi nka deɛ percent saa but ebi sɛ bi so ɔmo sɛ fie ho adwuma no dɔɔso ɛne nti ɔmo man kwala ne da na ɔmo nya kwan tumi ayɛ adwuma no ɛna kwala ne maame ne bi so ɔmo sɛ adwuma no do bɛyɛ sɛ de gu fie hɔ no ma anya dikanika anya mɔkyere na waka sɛ bi a de nipa amudu do aba nti sɛ bi de agu fridge mu a mo yɛ nti adwuma bɛyɛ na bro so wɔ ha ɛne nti kwala 2 years zi am no ka sɛ bi kan no ɔmo yɛm nyama no anya problem according to parents ne nti a yɛnya ne sɛ kwala no na mo kwa sɛ bi obi a wano me nsa kaka no ɛban na de ti pan ɛne wɔkyerɛ sɛ bi a apɔnkyɛ bi a de ne abrɛ hyia wo na so anya no ogu headers 2 years kwala sɛ ya awerɛ wo sɛm a abɛtɔ mo abrabɔ ɛso ɛno no
Omo juma eni a oni omo ti oni omo ntem te sen de na omo pa omo nyanti a omo afa to omo so omo di juma omo di
o se medical kra kire we se medical kra kire we se ma me no kwa ye se nka baba we o se ntomata di ya Africa ni ye de no ekọ akode no ekọ abrochiri
na che so omo nti bone
omo enti bone na ayoro ko sempa ayoro ko semo a went
ye kan say what me nyankoda no awfo no de na bua ma omo hu ye CCTV camera anadan
ma me ne kire se na da bia no ne nkwala no bia no na ano edi ma wo mo na no mo ohu ni se abu o se nkwala na sensen omo da ho wo didi basa nkwala 2 years e no bedi no utumi de years e be ohia ne ayi na ayro opa na afi omo ho no so ma bra bo ni nyina no ya ade bi ate se hu se de wo si a kire ma fa nti omo hu na ho no bo no de ti apin ban mu so gyina wa na akwala keto wo se de ti na ni ase se bi abonje ni bafulo dia fi babu si ban nti ma me ni hu sai nyama no and also that we are not there and open jam kwala ko hospital so we go pimo hospital ho no na omo di tete sa pa ye de bibisa and e dia ye nti na abefo mo ro no so ni area ho no ni ade ni na aboa e na me nam so a saa nyama we nyina etumi e de bibi pie mu e wo ho no mo na je se akoya ro ho sempa e de ama ko mo
wow Prince ya be ma mo ni adwuma bibi a che enso a ye besan aba se se nyame adom mo ho ye ho
yo that's the last
yeah that's it are ho papa adwuma ene abatan ye mu aja islegon ho ya o enkran enti omo nhwe nkoda no ma no okọ adwuma na enu a afidie so nti yentimi modin ye de man koda o modin finsie mienu ennom enti akoda na ma wo no de nti abom gran ohun a mpokua na obesusom aduane obedi chese su ni ban omoda na de e abnormal sa na boni beka no nyame adom e na fe yaso omumu a unhu de omo jimpo wiase nti e kire ye de ni bedin sem na chi de be pia fima bebia no ye de bema ahwefo yento ensem no eso Health Facilities Regulatory Authority na cheso mo ye bedwa e ba na pomuden nsenkan a esiom seso womo abomoden se Ghana fa na nyina omo nyitwi nyadoa health facilities na yaresabia horo clinics ni ade a ejirejina ho eyeye adwuma na so bekom tumi kata license omo ni bi no ombeto ni nyina mu ama emra ene omo edi.
The Health Institutions and Facilities Act 2011 it mandates us to ensure that every health facility meets the minimum standards that are required to provide safe and quality health care to every person living in Ghana. So we are to ensure that when anybody walks to any health facility, the conditions and the processes are such that they will receive safe care, they will also receive quality health care. This we do by inspecting facilities. So they first have to go through registration, we do inspection, we give them licenses, and then we also monitor. One of the other functions we do is accreditation. That aspect is now being developed. Recently, we've noticed that a lot of facilities are operating either without license or some with expired licenses. And this is against the law. A few of the facilities have been very recalcitrant. and they have not paid their administrative fines. They have also not taken steps to get a license. Once your facility is not licensed, we are not sure of what is going on there. We don't know whether you have the right personnel, equipment, and the processes to provide care to patients who enter your facility. Once that happens, it means that we have to come and then close it down. So when you see us closing down a facility, we have engaged them on several occasions, and some of them has been recalcitrant, and that is why next week we will be going to Ashanti region, we'll be going to Volta region, to the Eastern region. We have other teams going to the other regions. At the end of the day, we want to protect the public. If you lose your life, there's nothing you can do to bring it back. So the mandate that has been given to the president, and for that matter to the minister, that has been delegated to us to make sure that we ensure standards are met in our health facilities is what we are doing. The Health Facilities Regulatory Agency is undergoing what we call a reset. We want to position ourselves to do what we have been set up to do and to protect the public against dangerous practices. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that our health facilities are providing safe and quality health care.
Law lecturer Odini Juma o University of Ghana Law School. A lawyer Kwaku Bodo. Now what they are to just say we ankrankre utu fie o dem and our office be and now kita mobile phone. Na asimesi bi and now binti bi no chatty. Ne no na enye den odo wo cheso ware wo ani opel osesa phone mwani na ho na ya hweye o mo papa bebre na enam sa asebu akwan so ebu o manfo efa so enti wu bibisa entem so cyber security authority e wo ho ti om na so na won hwe eni sa phone eni
internet and as abafu in free abeya ye adwuma the info bebre eba ema omangno ema individuals na esame say edin faso bebre eba ntino maybe as say ye bo ho ban sane nipa ebenya gidi ewo internet ni na ye pese ye dey ya so betumi atena wodam atumi ata ana so betumi atena wodam bi I communicate wo ya see afani enti sa bang bona sisi yinya de ma internet no enu ya enti am ma ya hwe akanho wa nkrofo efaso na wodi ebo nkrofo krom wo internet ne so if say ma ya tenase wo bo krom na obroni be say reduce confidence in the internet enti cyber security eno na enti cyber security ade ehu hia na cyber security na ade ba kwa cyber security ya hwe baby a refer romance scam na His Excellency the President na oreka ya asa na kwamba so na efa so eba unse nipa ya do ya ho na ya mpe say ya menkwa ebe kame nkwa wodem nti ise odo nipa ya do ya ho na ya hwehwe partners ya hwehwe association ene nkrofo ntino na nkrofo afa so de ahwehwe ehwe obi a ebi aka nkwa wodem ebi a nikunu afimu ne yiri afimu ebi a oye single na wafa so no ode adada ne se ebi a opese one no enanto ananso opese odobi ba one wonte nso na enya no kware na oname no so na ode eje onipa no sika ananso ode eje ne ejapadibi eno na your friend romance scam cyber security issue here senya internet no iye no na ye de ye ne pano sa na nipa bono so ebaso maybe na wo hwehwe say wo hwehwe obi na oyabu no maybe ya nso ye ma ye ani na ho so obi ereka asembi obi iribisa obi wo internet ne so obi ke so do wo internet ne so abomaden na hwehwe mu kakra ansa na wodu sika eden akọ mmano ana say wodi wajapadi bi akoma onipa nta enti ya ma ye ani na ho kakra ɛno nso ebua bebree na sɛ bunya wohu sɛ onipa no pɛ sɛ ɔyɛ saa butumi nso arepɔto ama cyber security authority.
Executive convener out that Dynamic Youth Movement of Ghana ano Edward Seram Tuto. And what they told Omampenyi John Dramani Mahama nim say eto apentia emema ene efe omo babia edu e wo galamsey mo no enye bibi adidi agro ase ye beka ase ye nka da bi o se enye ensu ane oboade ni petwa enwo hye ni nyina asei enti Omampenyi enka se ato apentin o many crashwe state of emergency on pemunka eno beboa
Omampenyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama otunisa efre ekuekuo se yembra na yembe bobo nsemu nsama efa galamsey na yebisa Omampenyi se state of emergency no obe declare na ono si National Security Council omo na wo se omutonufu na sisi ade omo nyantonufu inti da omo etonufu se undeclared state of emergency no obe declare enu na yen imebunu Dynamic Youth Movement of Ghana yesi sa engineer no ento asum kakra sebi esan se wo hwe National Security Council na impenyufo a omko Omampenyi ho e wo sa council no so no ninina omunina ye amanfo a ono edi tumi amomo wa appoint omo foreign minister honorable Kujeto Ablakwa sa council no osubi honorable finance minister honorable Atu Forces sa council no osubi honorable Muntaka interior minister ono so okan ubi inti sa mpenyifo we nina no ye hu se omu hu se galamsey no abro a edi Ghana fo no edi yenya no sa mpenyifo we omu nya hu ye na so mwe hu so a omu person be kan no kra na che Omampenyi inti ye ka che Omampenyi se intempe ya National Security Council no onpamu omu he should fire them na sa board no ongu sa board ni sesi a and he should appoint new people onto that National Security Council.
Empenyi se ade china yanti asemfofo ayechi enura ensu bransam ya etoye kaso American Town arogo sama esi wo ene se ensuo bi edawo ye friend Okuludu River obi ba be ma wodi mfinhia edumie no ama no suhwim ede ne ko bepim sabe ye hu ba bi abema no onenam Jacob Anwofe mahai
ejiso minaba
kaso MP na awie ya na mebo abaso se na nse de nkeye e ba ne sei
na ye ba na sa asama ba etete kwanche
enye kra
yo senia odi ka etem sa pepe na teu na asem nu nyane se eye enrada na nso kase etoye ndi eto Ghana fa na dodo na kaso de etoye pa na eye nsu a ugodi ni didi okrudu ni ya nsu tribia esopa ya eda kaso a eye nsu eto ewa kaso na ni pesa nyina no okrudu no mu na ekogu asana akọ eye epunim okrudu e sha ate efi eye prekuma akopie mu eye kaso a ebe sin ko English amanfrom edidi mu akopie mu eye nyanya no epunim na enu ada abra nsu ni to wie ye no wona omo American Town omoni anje kura ninya ne se abante bi a wedi emfie no dumie no a dia ye saka sisi ani David na abribia no edu anapa odi ninya no ebetin ko school ye bo be se no nan a na wakwa akofa nkwala no na dansini no wo bi tremu se enra no abra nso ni to wie no hu se David abetwemu ko a akofa ninya no Preocupe na o ti se obi mu tie mo mu ye dede pa nso dini ko ninya ni se David abra odu okrudu no na otra okrudu no ni mpobwa efri ni na ti eto nso ni mu to ye ni se o si fo mefi bridge ni so na wa tenti mpobwa na wa akofa mpobwa no mpobwa na eti a ode no no be se fite enra be pime ene de amene o kasi de ye hu David eti kwan na mofo omo ewutu senya is omo minister assembly omo any MP any nkaka wunyina efi nro a omo etikrom ahwehwe akwala isa omo hu no insuo na no brono okudu ne efa ni nyina omo da tutu assembly ma any wona omo kabia ewom chese omo ye nyombe ye bia so omo hu David awedi 12 years mini hu ka se omo hu ne nana no omo gwanyanya no eye kaswa enso abakisi amini ukate omo ba be yi apa no ma chese insio no aso di akwara no koye na wakwohwe ne nkwa ana se wetume efri eye insio no na bia bebi a insio ne de no koto ye na wayela kwan a ohu kwan a na nana no mo emboa na omunsa enka eye akwara no afenso MP no ede to Ghana for nyina enim anyone omo ban okudu ni nyina se ya omo ode ade sede to bia enim wo se kro no so omo kuso ehwehwe nse ate wo bibia weni etwa nipa bi so a yuso afa no oda okudu no no pomode na asame na atonte anase bi akola na yela abepie mu ewo mbesa so a pomode na asame na atonte ombama ebuchafo insaka omoba
ahon fa na me show video you aso okludi ya je hu bridge da so na me na me hu ni ye
be okudu no se no esopa ye nso to a rewra nkofo fie nti aba nso ye se ba be toyi na asamre no abomodi etu okudu no omunje ho ehu da ho oyu ku be hu bebre a obetom na bebre omo aje hu no bridge a omo aye ede atoso ankofo efaso ede ko bebre a omo ko bia bata bridge no okudu ni nyina ya je ne hura ni nyina ho de bibisa evi ho bridges mum na omo aye ede atoto so wona omo okita ka omo kita moto ni nkaka ho no omo yusu
enti abema ije na chese baby ofa ne nye baby bridge ne dana o se ofa anameboa ofa baby fofo
odanteni tremu a ofa bridge no so na mo ne mpoboa eyiye eto pom eto nsuo num ito de mika etiye so ofa koyi ne mpoboa eni ni se pite enra afọ baba ko ofa koyi wo nsuo num ye wu no ebepim sisi a me no ekate
awon fa asem ya re ho papa ye de akra de esi ho a eyi ko mia bia na no de amem
eyi de ko mia bi ti se eya okurudu no nten wa okurudu na nkasa no udu ka so nkasa kisa bebi a nkofota efe enso no okurudu no English amount from any eya ka so omufifi okurudu no na etemu mienu wona omuwo high sense dynamic ohomo no omuni enso no eya na ekomu demo pa ye etete tunkofo bebe. But this time around, it's so omukoyi dote ni dudu na free mu ansa na nsonu to no nsonu ko omudem na so ansa ni ma tisenia abibia eto a eya efe no ebi mu so ewo ekọ business protest mu so omuso eya nsonu fa omopa enrada nsonu to ye no omuso omonya ntototro nsonu ebrura omudem eni bebi ahodo bebe na nsonu eru omudem na mom ewura bebre ti se na kane no ewura ese eniama bebre no
awon fe be ma moni amanibo koso aye na eche nyame yadom na chese babia akodai suedi no koto ye ni yetimi nanan yi apaye na muhu a na eja wati aye na so araho sempa na enura esi e wo kaso American Town akodasem paboato nsuo yemana wofo yako yentoa ensem no eso empanyinfo mudeda amanya horo ano heads of state diplomats ne womom ka bia ewom efi pan african amama bebre so ate se wom eboabo ho ano na October busumi ne de toso aduonu empanyinfo no be hiem na omuhiem won kran enti busumi hu de toso aduonu kopem ne de toso aduonu ba kono eno be hiem won kran ne nyina ene se Faith Pan African Congress no omufinhia aduo twefa adua wom ebehye
African Progressive Front yebeye nhyiemu kese bi ewo nkran busumi ya mu na sanhyiemu no ya tunsafre amanyokuo bebrebe admayefo akuo emrantie ni mabawa ekuo ana ne keka ho bebrebe so mu mbehia ewo nkran ha na yɛndwendwen abibiman ho ɛkwan a ɛnam so a ohia edusaye no ɛsobɛti ɛkwan a ɛnam so a ebenya nkabom ɛkwan a ɛnam so a ɛbɛma ebibiman afa ne ntuma pa efura na sɛ adwuma ya yɛba bedi ɛyɛ yankasa Ghana yɛma mpani ɛyɛ His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wapene so sɛ ɔno yɛmbɛwa bɛkasa yato nsa so afrɛ ebibrebo ha etitiriw bebree a ɔmo so bɛba ɛne yan abɛkasa ebi ɛne ɔpanin bi a yɛfrɛ no Ivan Jim a wɔyɛ General Secretary Mine Workers Union of South Africa yɛkuo kɛseɛ paa emu nkɔfoɔ mu ne membership nkwan about 500,000 Nigerian Labour Council ni adi na ato nsa frɛ wɔn bɛba amanyɔkuo dodoɔ ni na ato nsa frɛ wɔn a wɔn bɛba na wɔn ba nkɔmɔ a ebedi ne titiriw ɛne ebibire mu ha sikasɛm sɛ ne yɛn kɔ yie kwan a yɛfa so a sikasɛm bɛkɔ yie ama yɛn nkɔmɔ baako bi so ebedi ne sɛ atete ne ɔhaw a yɛde yɛfam nkwasum mu colonialism ne ne yɛkeka ho no ɛkwan bɛn ne yɛfa so a yɛbɛnya ntɛntɛnne ɛno so yɛde a ɛno so yɛbɛhia yɛyie paa afei yasan so ato nsa frɛ ɛyɛ Burkina Faso mampanin ɛyɛ President Ibrahim Traoré so ɔno nso mbɔ mmɔden mmra na ɔne yɛn bɛdi nkɔmmɔ nti yɛnkyɛ biara yɛbɛyɛ saa nhyiamu kɛseɛ yi ɛwɔ nkran ha na nhyiamu no nipa yɛato nsa frɛ wɔn they'll be coming from 50 countries in Africa and the Caribbean beba abeboa ma yɛdi saa dwumadi
Yekopiem wɔ Upper East any Upper West amantam no emo. Na Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies Comac na eka say wɔkyerɛ sɛ sɛ wokɔhwɛ sɛdeɛ oil marketing companies ni bi ɛtonton fa ngo wɔ hɔ na ɛbro so tumi ɛmmɔ kwan so wɔn ton dodo a wɔn ɛton no ɛnso obu nua gu asom ɛna wɔn ton enti wɔn bɛhwɛ na saafo ni nyina wakyekye wɔn ama emra ɛne wɔn adi
sɛ wohwɛ bibi te sɛ Upper West na ofa product bi te sɛ LPG a ɔman yi mu nyinaa LPG consumption no ɛkɔ soro by 5%. Nanso wohwɛ Upper West nkoa dia LPG consumption ɛkɔ soro by 86%. Ɛno ne ɛhwɛ a yɛsi daabi wei deɛ emu ɔwerɛm sɛ nhwehwɛmu bi timi kɔ so because ɛntimi nyɛ nokorɛ da sɛdeɛ mekaeɛ no yɛnim ne akɔ so wɔ Upper West hɔ a ama all of a sudden LPG consumption double in the first half of the year. So we share the biggest LPG station is super Upper West. Moton wadie pa. Omo compare 2024 to 2025 omo kosro omo grow by 7%. And omo grow moton wadie pa no is just 7%. And the whole industry no also for the half year no 5%. The day na be kachire yense consumption no for Upper West nkoa akosoro by 86%. Enti yesre yempanyimfo National Petroleum Authority yesre so mbehwehwe mama ye animanima ya minua edugita maklo emse obo dwuma pa nanso so na dwuma no ntimi mwie peye sesa report we wamfa na niema a ewuma enye ni nyina wamfa ne nan si fom na wa tretre niema a ewo report num na yenko makde yentimi describing as a good chief executive because a niema enye was our report we mu no affect 95 to 97% of our members negatively. Ekutia ya juma no nkoso saa neema no nti ye kwanya ebefa so bia ye bekotia saa de wei na obroni se ye de sanity bi aba industry num na your members etimia go about their legal duties etimia ye omadwuma na ye nyina yetimia boa omampanyin na ya build Ghana na ya reset Ghana no Kumak is ready.
Western North Mantam Emo, Amani Botches said your mom for na Boajin Sun delegates Asoni Mono, Eswani and second share.
No, thank you. Who is the about to be? You can get better. And then we also have the IFA watching, and the IFA has any for it all. You have said, I'm saying that the ever trust. I can't almost say, I mean, the baby or the poor wanted some mine. China advance campaign, South Korea, Lee Kuan Yew, Ghana, and other said. What the rule? Then they are Brazil Ghana from the Casa. Because I don't know what's a man of the free, not to any you. Now, make an iron. Yeah, one from another need that. Say, you might make a general or you might in the ocean. Kameka also be said, oh, because of the whole year. And I'm going to draw. It's a habit as a one house with you. Another was with you. To be some years, and Mama, or your motive, said that Minister will come up some pan and meet you. And I'm not just a news meeting you, but the deal of Fra, almost all you almost with you now. To be some years, Emma. Unanam amomu se omso daati ebi
eni je kese abawo Gaboso Mika Western North design aba pa because ye ba ni nyano na ye wo yambota ibia ye de ba dan so ye bedu hanu ma doctor abitwim kasa wiye no ama sebi ye nyina ya ka bibi se agena adane sebi enye delegate ya emegba twam ye gwa sojo nkan se me ya ye say ka ye ho ye so ni biniwe ba we de rare efiri akomam na ye nyina jatu ye mu bia ye ka se si ye na bebre epe wo ye omo campaign team but ya nko but enade masimi bu pi say doctor ye di nachi na ono so na da che nyame beji no drama Ghana ma ye yaba behu no ye no kweturo wo say ye petumi na se afanu anasa ba sabi ejina ba bi na ye to ayampiama anuanu binuma sa nipa no sebi efatase odijira so odi a dada side no oma papa ba ye no me anyi ani na manti bi so maso mi se obo obi a ode ne ko sebi race no ba kumpetin ani obi atam na ma the same pa no abato yakoma so papa ne se oba obeka party man na bom ama ye ho ato ye enye adidija se the first no ye no ama amafo buofu no
Woshe Kasei ewo United Television eso ye wo ship house Abeka Junction enkran ye beje nkrato ye ba bongo difara agrupa maso ensem